Hey, Joe, I have a point of order before we get started. And guys, because this isn't an agenda item, we're going to limit any discussion on it. But state provisions in our bylaws, Article 8, Section 9 for vacancies allow for 10% of the members to sign a petition to call for a special meeting of the members or to remove Director Joe Gimenez. And so I'm submitting to the acting secretary 2 copies of the petitions with 65 signatures on them. And it could be an agenda item at the next meeting, or you can call a special meeting, or we can call a special meeting to address it.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm also going to piggyback on what Mark has to say because I feel like I'm entitled to say this. So I'm going to go ahead and address the board. I'm going to address everybody here. And I appreciate everyone to not interrupt me. I want everyone to know that I did not sign this petition, nor did Danny sign this petition, nor were we a part of this petition at all. However, given the ongoing actions of Mr. Gimenez's involvement in attempting to get me fired from my job, I should have been the first one to sign this petition. Ever since Mr. Gimenez got on the board back in March, he has been steadfast on attempting to get me fired at my company. He continues to have ongoing conversations with my company's board president, along with the executive director, claiming I have been threatening to him since he got on the WSC board. He even went as far as to spend our money, $500, to attend my company's conference on water just 2 weeks after he got on the board, and he only went for 2 hours, and it was to specifically hunt down the president of my association to engage in conversations about me. And recently I was made aware of a conversation Mr. Gimenez had with my boss, which I am quoting from my boss, which he gave me in a letter. Mr. Gimenez and I have had 2 follow-up conversations as a result of the activity and threats by you and your husband. Mr. Gimenez advised the corporation to obtain additional liability insurance for officers and directors. He is questioning whether the stress caused by your actions are outweighed by his desire to serve the community. So he's considering quitting, is what he's telling my boss, because I've been threatening him. Well, Mr. Gimenez, I have never threatened you, and you know that. And you lied to my boss and my company president about getting additional insurance to protect you and me from Danny. I've sent you 2 emails since you've been on the board, and there were no threats in those emails. The emails I sent you were about, and they were from my personal email on top of it. They had nothing to do with TRWA. The emails were about getting a conflict of interest policy, which you never had, you didn't have. And furthermore, the other one was about notifying you the agenda, the manager's report wasn't correct. Once again, as a WSC member, there were no threats in these emails, and you are a liar and a bully. On another note, it's come to my attention that you and Dorothy are working behind the scenes to change our bylaws. Not an open forum in the community. I believe your exact words to my company were, we would like guidance, if available, on changing our elections from an open election that is candidates getting the most votes to a position 1 and 2 style election where candidates are matched against each other. And as always, we appreciate the discretion withholding any information about this inquiry or its resolution from Patty Flunker. Well, Mr. Gimenez, you don't have to worry about TRWA withholding any information from me because, as you know, I have quit. And my last day at TRWA is Friday. So go ahead and call my boss, go ahead and get in touch with the president and cry to them, as I expect you will. Finally, Mr. Gimenez, considering you have just been presented with a petition to remove you from the board and that you have already gone on record to say, the stress that I'm causing you is outweighing your desire to serve the community, I suggest you step down from the board immediately. Amen. Thank you, everyone.
Amen. Thank you, Patty.
Okay, back to the agenda. Let's see, where's my agenda?
Let's read.
Call to order.
So we had a call to order. Roll call in recognition of previously appointed board member Dorothy Taylor to fill vacancy, determination of quorum. So Dorothy is our new board member here. Thank you, Dorothy, for being willing to serve. Then for matters of the roll call, I received a letter a few minutes before the meeting. October 9th, 2019, to the WOWSC Board and members. I, David A. Bertino Jr., effective October 9th, tender my resignation on the WOWSC Board. Due to my new duties at work and the directions of this board, I will not be able to fulfill the duties that are required as a WOWSC board member. Please accept, I think he meant accept, this letter of resignation, read it at the meeting, and document it in the meeting minutes. So we will, I'm going to give this to Mike with the folder. And that is the reason for us not having 5 members here. I guess we'll have to schedule appointment of a new member